Hey riders, today I'm getting my FXR back in shape, replacing that rear wheel bearing, so she's ready to roll. I've got a benefit fundraising ride coming up with a group of Indian riders, and we'll be wrapping it up cruising past the air show. So stick around, because this just isn't a repair, it's about getting on the road for a cause that really matters. Let's do this. Hey, good morning. Here we are again. Today we're working on the FXR. We are going to put the wheel bearings in, brand new wheel bearings, and these wheel bearings are not the sealed, and also the weird part is they get some shims. So this is something that I am not familiar with, but I am going to learn. I'm gonna set this bike up. Tomorrow there's a benefit ride for a scholarship for some young people, and I would like to go and help out with that. So I want to take this bike, the FXR. Now, for those of you that follow me, it's usually this time of year where the Blue Angels are in town. I'm not sure if you can hear those vintage planes flying overhead. But yep, so the Blue Angels are in town once again, and I think this is the 4th year where I'm doing some work in the garage and there's jets and planes going overhead, because I live real close to the airport here, to the naval base station, whatever it's called. Anyhow, so I'm going to show you a few things. I'm not going to show you the whole process, but I want to show you some tools and some methods. So let me show you first this really neat tool that I purchased on Amazon, and there was one for 50 bucks and there was one for 20 bucks. And which one do you think I bought? I bought the $20 one. Usually I buy the best. In this case, I'm like, when am I going to use this part again? Probably never. Or maybe in 5-6 years. 10 years down the road. Anyway, it worked fine, and I'm going to show you what that tool is, how I made it work so that I don't damage it, and yeah, let's get to it. All right, so let me show you what I purchased, and I'll put a link in the description for those of you that are interested in this tool. It was around 20 bucks. Anyhow, this is the tool right here, and what it does is it grabs the race. So this is the race, and as you know, it's deep inside, and you take this tool here, you put it in place. Let's see how it goes. It goes this way. Tighten it up. There it is. And boom. Now I took these 2 bolts out here so that this can sit deep in, so that it could grab that from behind. And it did it just fine. So then the trick is to go from behind through the other side. Now imagine this in position in the wheel, right? Now you go through the other side and you get a rod like this, and you hit with a hammer. You start to hit this out. You want to make sure that the rod you have, now if you see that compared to that, that's a bit wider here, so I use that side to hit this piece out. And that was it. It came out pretty simple. I think I hit it 3 times with the hammer, 3 good blows, and it popped right out. And when I received this tool, the only thing I had to put was that clip right there. Now I do have the wheel bearings in the freezer at the moment. They've been there for a few days. So now I have this, and this is going to help me set the new wheel bearing. The race rather, not the wheel bearing. The wheel bearing is a totally different thing. I bought this kit at Harbor Freight. If you don't live in the United States, Harbor Freight is our very inexpensive, made in Asia, if you know what I mean, parts. Not parts, tools. It's a tool store, and it's one of those, you know what I mean, made in Asia tools. Not the best, but for a shade tree mechanic, for a weekend mechanic kind of guy, perfect. So not big investment. So this is going to help me set the new race. So imagine this is the new one that goes like that. It fits perfect. I think you can see. Put it like that. Now I'm able to give it a few blows. And if that doesn't go in easily, I have trick number 2 that's going to help me set this race, and I'm going to show you that now. Okay, here is my apparatus to make this thing work. So I have 3 washers, as you can see, and basically that's going to go like that, and I'll keep tightening. Now this is one side. Obviously I'm gonna, it goes like this. I'll put the race here. Here's the race. Put the race there. Stick this through. And with washers on the other side as well, I'll just tighten down here, and that is it. I do have some shims that I need to set. The other thing is, let me show you the bearings that came out of this, how dry and dirty they were and why they were like that. So first I'm going to show you the bearing that came out of there. Again, these are not sealed bearings like we're used to on modern bikes. This is a 94, and I said this before, but my 1986 Honda Goldwing had sealed bearings, so I don't understand why these guys have these roller bearings. Very dry, very, yeah, and that's where it broke. It's all chewed up, you can see there. This is what goes in the center of the wheel. That goes there. Okay, and it comes out the other side. It's not properly set, but it comes out the other side. Now, when I took this out, there was loads and loads of dirt in there of, I believe, sandblast, powder, and just dirt. Let's see. You can see some of it here. Do you see this powder here? All that powder was inside, and as you can imagine, with time that would come out and contaminate the wheel bearing. So I cleaned that out. I blew it out as best as possible. That is now clean. I am now going to run some WD-40 through this with a piece of rag, and that's going to ensure that that's nicely greased and lubricated. And that is it. And how I discovered it is, you see, because I had to take these two bolts out, I saw some dust in there and I was going to put them back in, and I said, well, let me blow that out. And when I blew it out like that, a bunch of dirt shot back out, and I was like, whoa. So it's a job that took me about 5 minutes to clear all the debris that was in there out. You can see here some of that, all this whiteness, and I believe it's from it being powder coat, not powder coated, but sandblasted, because these wheels were chromed. These wheels, they had them chromed. And yeah, so let's proceed. I'm gonna clean this out. Okay, so we are ready to put the wheel bearing in place, and we're gonna get the wheel bearing from wheel bearing number 1. Boom, right here. Should be at 0 degrees. Now the trick is to get it out of the package quickly and put it in place. So that is what we're up against. Got all my tools ready. It's going. It's going. So to give you an idea, there is a little lip that it rests on right there. I think you can see that. And that's why you're able to put that tool that I showed you, and it gets the back side of it. If this was flush, you would never be able to get the back side with that tool. But so we're going to go on to wheel bearing number 2, or not wheel bearing. We're going to move on to race number 2. Going. That went in super nice and easy. Yep, it is seated properly. There you see it. So Harbor Freight sells a tool for $60 that does this. I just thought that was the easier way and less expensive. Okay, so we are set with that. Okay, so I spared you the boring part. That red dollop in the middle, that is grease. After I grease the wheel bearings, I pack the wheel bearings. If you don't know how to pack wheel bearings, I suggest you check out a video on how to manually. Now they do sell some tools that do it with a pair of latex or rubber gloves. I mean, it's easy stuff. So I don't understand why anybody would spend more than $10 on a tool like that unless you're doing it day in, day out. But in my case, it's just another tool that I need to keep track of, and it's messy. And anyway, here we are. So I've done both sides. I set my gap. Yeah, I set my gap. I had to go out and buy a tool to measure the gap with the shims that I had to purchase separately, because this wheel, like I said, does not come with sealed bearings, and you have to shim this wheel. And I don't know if you can see over there, but I have the axle on the vise. I had to put the wheel on. It was yeah, well, look at the time. It's gonna be 7 o'clock. It is 7 o'clock because that clock is a little bit slow. Let's see if that's right. Yes, it is 7:04. So I've been working on this wheel all day, and I was to the point where I was gonna stop and just wash the big girl, the Electric Glide, who's still out there, 'cause she's full of bugs. She's very dirty, but yeah. Anyhow, so now I just need to mount the wheel, start it, and give it a midnight shower. She is dirty. I don't know if I'm gonna wash the whole thing. I'll see, because I'm tired. I haven't eaten.
What's that? You want Snickers? Yeah.
Camera guy.
Just get
Camera guy.
That's right. I forgot his name. That's right.
Realize that now that you said that,
Don't
all of
know.
us standing here, you better not step more than 5 feet away from your bike, because it's going to end up covered.
If you
in
want
stickers.
this is just free swag. If you want one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Free is good. You got a small for my grandson? For my grandson. How you doing, bro?
Good, brother. How you doing?
Good. Yeah.
All right.
Somebody's got the big horns.
I like that. That's what I want.
They got them. They got them. I'm trying to remember because Bob had them on. McLaren had them on his bike.
Yeah.
They're like semi-frickin' horns. I
Yeah.
forgot the name. They're like something buffalo.
Train horns or something like that?
Well,
Buffalo Freight something.
Right.
Yeah, it's like buffalo
But the
something
one I
horns,
have is the
but it
big
replaces
mouth
your whole kit.
Right.
And then
Okay.
the only thing you got to do is just hardwire it into the battery.
It comes with a little compressor, it's about that big around, about that tall. And when you hit it, it energizes the compressor and blows it out the
Yeah, and it'll work on their bike. It won't work on mine because they got a short version because I got the leggings.
Oh, yeah.
So they got,
But
but
it's
the
the-
big ones, they're like
somebody-
the big
Oh,
ones.
no.
That's 2 horns.
Yeah.
We're not going to be racing around doing anything goofy or
Yeah,
stupid like
no
that.
willies or nothing?
A little bit. There is a section.
Wheelie contest after the ride.
Burnouts.
Yeah, that's right.
Burnout and wheel.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
Doing good?
Yeah, you know I'm
Yeah.
the camera girl, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Nice video, by the way.
yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, that was nice. We were
Yeah.
watching some of that last night, me and my wife.
Yeah,
From
the
the extortion.
extortion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bother him I bother him every day, so.
What's going on, bro?
How you doing?
Through Friday,
All
he
right.
bothers me.
I like the video.
Yeah,
That was
thanks.
cool.
Good job. Thank God your wife was there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hey, Joe. Huh? Yeah, I'm gonna be I'm taking video. We'll have a couple back here. We'll have a brief here in about 5 minutes or so. Okay. Should be about.
Those pursuits are popular. Like this. Well, I guess there's a Challenger. And a Pursuit, I guess, is the full. Went to the Outer Banks with this gentleman right here. This guy, I know this guy here. This is Bill's bike. Bill and Pam. This is, of course, my bike. Gave her a wash this morning. She was dirty. It's been a year since I washed it. Just sat in the garage. So, see how much video we can get today because roads are tight. There's not a lot of room. We'll do what we can.
Thanks for showing up, guys. We've got a beautiful day. It's a good cause. If you haven't contributed to Folds of Honor, on the bottom of the route sheet is the website codes. You can go there. If not, we have a cash box up here. Okay, the route is rural, so not too difficult. Out of here, Centerville Turnpike, essentially, then down into Pungo.
How you been?
Not too bad. Just trying to get the VA to help me out.
Okay.
Pain management's a bitch.
Yeah.
Changed bikes today, huh?
Yeah. Brought a different one.
I like it.
Yeah. It's different. You got it different to get used to.
Yeah.
It's old. It's a '94, so.
I like this.
Vintage.
Yeah, he said that's custom made. Some guy in Spain or Portugal, or
Yeah.
he said he made that. No, I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That reminds me of when we were in California. One of the guys I was stationed with had a guy who built him a custom Marine Corps one.
Oh yeah.
Pretty
like the air
freaking cool.
filter. I like the air filter.
Yeah. Thanks.
You need one, Nick.
He needs a battery is what he needs.
The battery, maybe. I don't know. I do.
Let's see. He needs a battery.
Is this yours?
It is.
Can I get a picture of that?
Yeah.
My son is like into skulls big time.
Is he?
He's got to have 150 skulls around his apartment.
Gotcha.
What year is that there?
It's a '94 FXR. Looky ducky, and the air show is going on.
Yeah. Got a lot of stuff going on today.
My neighbor's actually flying in it. He's a,
Oh yeah.
Really?
He's an F-18 backseater.
Uh-huh.
They're doing where they do the run the blow up stuff. They always
Uh-huh.
do the fake.
Yeah.
That's Mitch is getting to do that one this year.
Well, we have come to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. For those of you that have been sticking around for the FXR videos, well, as you can see, I got the bike back on the road. It was a bit of a challenge to get those wheel bearings in there, but at the end of the day, I got it done, and I learned something more than anything. Now, the other thing is, I had a good ride with the Indian riders, and another year where I take you by the air show, which is always exciting. Anyhow, if this is your first time here, these are the type of videos that I put together. I put together some gear review, parts installation, do a little bit of everything. I got some touring videos where I'm riding into the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia and West Virginia. That is a great couple of videos, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't given this video a like, I really appreciate it. And if you haven't yet subscribed, consider doing so. With all that being said, you all take care. Watch out with the crazy people on the roads, and I will catch you on the next one. Adios.